Alright, hey guys, what's up? It's Bibzuda back here once again on the Outlast Trials, and we are continuing the event that is currently running, which is Prime Time, going for the second MK challenge of this event and the third overall trial, which is Shutdown the Factory. And again, as I mentioned at the end of the last video, this trial was previously only available during the Recent Therapies Weekly, and has now been brought back for the event, which is very nice. And hopefully before too long, it does get integrated into the game permanently in some way from maybe Program X or Ultra or in Genesis or something like that. I don't really know, again, what their plan is. I talked about this before, but it's possible that they are planning on having certain trials constantly rotating, and some trials will not. There will always be some trials that aren't currently in the game and come back through weeklies or events. Not saying that that's something I would necessarily really want, but definitely think would be a thing that they could consider, because as the number of trials grows and grows, maybe having all of them in the game at once is not something they want to do. But we'll have to wait and see on how that all pans out. But anyways, if you don't know, for the event, we, of course, have both Prime assets in the trial at the same time. They can potentially both be out there. So Coil and Gooseberry to contend with. And we have Break the Televisions, which is the replacement for the secondary objective. These TVs will be around on the walls, and you do have to hit them with a brick or bottle to break them and get the objective completed. I'm a pretty big fan of this change to the secondary objective personally, because it makes you expend a resource to complete it instead of just gathering things. I'm rocking Loadout of Stun, Noise Reduction, Smash, and Incognito. I am still rocking Smash for the time being. I'm not too sure about this trial because I haven't done it all that much, but it is definitely a less useful event to bring Strong Arm for, because of course you have to deal with the Prime assets for a lot of the time, and the Strong Arm buff doesn't really make a big difference on them. And Smash can be helpful if you're trying to run away from said Prime assets. But yeah, let's go ahead and lift up the garage door here. And I'm going to do this same approach I did before, which is, I'm going to blow this duck up. I am going to activate all the buttons so that they are pressable, and then run through and hit them all as I go. I think that is kind of the more fun way to do this one, although it doesn't necessarily really save any time, unfortunately, because you can't beat the little garage door that slides down when you are closing off when you are hitting these buttons. But we'll bust on into here for our first. Ooh, where was that duck? Over there in the corner. Okay. Who was that? Did I hear a jumper or something? I'm not sure. Oh. Was that the jumper? Did they add new jumper voice lines too? I have not heard that before. It sounded like Gooseberry almost. But I don't think she's around. I think the jumper has updated voice lines too. Wow, there's a lot of different little changes that they didn't really get into. Oh. I can't tell if that. I'm trying to listen out for the TVs, of course, that we need for the secondary objectives. And it looks like this is upstairs as well. There doesn't seem to be another way to get upstairs than these stairs themselves. Oh, there is a TV right there. Now, hard to miss those TVs if you walk by them, since they are quite noisy. The goose is on the loose. Okay. Oh. Well, I've trolled, I guess. This box being there is very annoying, by the way. So that. Wait, what? Am I stupid?
Oh. No other way to it.
Oh, Oh, Gooseberry leaves. Okay. Oh yeah, those are some new voice lines for the jumpers. Interesting. So we'll have to be listening out for those. Because I mean, those ones were. Oh, I thought I. Did I walk away from the wall there? I thought I was I thought I was fine. I guess I'm an idiot. But yeah, those jumpers, the new ones are kind of a little bit maybe harder to hear, I would say. Like the old voice lines, or I mean, maybe they're still all possible.
Oh shit. Always learning. Always getting better.
I need to like just take a break here. It's a little bit chaotic at the moment. The older ones were kind of like more high pitched and a bit, I would think, easier to hear and isolate. Whereas these new ones are a little bit more similar to other enemy voices we might hear. Oh shit. Yeah. I mean, I griefed that. She was walking way faster than I expected. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just loop this, I think. And that door trap should be disabled by my rig, so we are good in that regard. I'm just gonna run.
What are you doing?
Why she just gave up that easy, I guess, on the chase? Jeez, man. Oh, hi! Wow, there's a lot of enemies in this one. We don't even have any enemy variators. It'd be nice to have the Smash amp again in this as well, because I think later on Trials will have more barricaded doors of a variator on there. Boy, this trial has been a bit hectic. We are still needing, I was just about to say, we are still needing 2 more televisions, and thankfully we got one right there. Just one more required now. Crap. Oh, I didn't even realize before that these are labeled on the box as to which one it goes to. That's kind of nice.
Trust that police officer.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Jesus Christ, bro. This is crazy. This event is nuts. It's super fun though. I really like it so far. And I'm really enjoying like discovering all the little Aha. All the little hidden quote unquote changes that are in the game as well. You know, just like the new voice lines, the changes to balancing that they didn't detail specifically, and all stuff like that. It's definitely a different experience than like reading all the notes and then knowing what to look for when you jump into the game. Whereas like at the moment, at least, I'm finding or noticing a new change in basically every trial I do. So it's been pretty cool. Oh, maybe another recharger? No, not this time. These wires are, I think he's downstairs. These wires are following each other. What I was going to say about the boxes being labeled is kind of nice because you can have ones that cross over. Like the wires can cross over into the other zones that they're not a part of, which can obviously maybe confuse you as to which ones you've done and not. Whoa, that was... that didn't used to have an animation, no. Where? Where is she? I wasn't sure if that one had a trap or not. Okay. She's on her way out, it looks like. I feel like a small step down like this. Yeah, so there's no animation there, but when I was crouched... That looks like a new animation, no? I do not recall that ever happening on a tiny little step down like that. Maybe I'm just paranoid now about everything being changed, but I feel like that's fairly, like, I don't know, I feel like I would have noticed if that existed before, right? I don't know. I don't know. This is pretty interesting. I definitely, if you are someone who either played the game a lot and hasn't played in a little bit, or anything like that, I would highly recommend jumping back in and seeing if you can maybe notice what has changed, because there are a lot of small things, it seems like, that have been tweaked or added that for whatever reason they didn't go into detail about. I mean, with the patch notes, it sounded like there was basically nothing significant, but some of these are pretty significant changes. I mean, they reduced the amount of time that the amount of sound that the garage doors make, which is gonna change, fundamentally change almost how certain scenarios in certain trials play, because you're gonna be much more willing to go directly for those doors when they're so quiet and easy to use now. And then there's things like the weight of the gas cans being reduced, all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, we've now done all of them, so now we need to hit the buttons and get the heck out. So I am going to be running down the road and hitting them all. Does this one have a door? It does, yeah. The final one does not have a door. I'm just trying to watch out for any glass on the floor. It can kind of be hard to spot in these factory rooms. But yeah, there we go. Bam, bam, bam. 4 buttons hit, and now we need to go back out, and we are home free. So, I mean, I'm a fan of this trial. It's pretty cool. And if you do it in this approach, it is definitely probably the easiest way to do it, considering it can be... Oh, shit, they're both out. We got the 2 of them here. I'm going to take a screenshot of this here, I think. Because this is obviously not something you're going to see every day in the future of the game. Gooseberry and Coil in the same place. Yeah, new sound effect for bricks hitting in certain scenarios as well. I noticed that in, I think, the previous trial. Boy, I'm going to have to like compile a whole list of everything that changed that they didn't call out specifically. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, there we have it. A plus 10 minutes, 20 seconds. Shut down the factory prime time here. And that is going to be, I think, no demerits, if I remember correctly, despite a fairly chaotic beginning to the trial. It ended up smoothing out more towards the end, but yeah, we pick up, that's either a wallpaper or a carpet. I think maybe looks more like a wallpaper, but I'm not sure. We're up to 7 tokens on the event now, still saving up 20 for that room override, and that'll go ahead and be the final trial for the event that only has the 2 event variators. Going forward, we're going to be having additional variators on the trials to make things even more difficult. Let me quickly check what we're dealing with in the next batch of 3. These are broken up essentially into batches of 3, where 3 of them have the same variators, and then you get into the next section where an additional one is added. So we will have stronger enemies coming at us on Cleanse the Orphans in the next video, and that'll increase our token reward by 1 for the base trials. I wonder if they've fixed... Looks like this one is still... I believe, in my opinion, bugged, where Vindicate the Guilty should be giving 4, and these 2 MKs should be giving 3, but yeah, we're making good progress through the event. I'm really enjoying it so far, personally. I hope you guys are as well. Highly recommend jumping in and trying this one out if you haven't played the game in a bit, as the rewards are really, really cool, especially the room override, and yeah, it's just an interesting twist to see them both in there, especially with their new added abilities that can potentially make things a bit more dangerous out there. But yeah, I will see you guys for the next trial, which will be Cleanse the Orphans. Peace out.